Hello everyone. Very good evening to all. So, is my voice is clear? So, I'm using some other headset. I don't know how this is. Are you okay with my voice? Is there any disturbance you are getting? Bit breaking. Okay. Okay, give me a minute, please. Are you okay now? Yes, can you hear me? I think you're audible, right, guys? Okay, thank you then. So, in today's session, we need to start MySQL. Right, let us start 25 days from here onwards to complete your course. So yes, guys, that is almost enough. MySQL concept, all the MySQL concepts we can see 10 to 12 days. I mean, 2 working weeks actually. I'm planning right. 10 to 12 days is enough actually. After that, we have to discuss about object-oriented PHP. This may take a week exactly. Object-oriented PHP, right? Again, this may take a week. This concept is completely. After that, we can discuss about some of the advanced concepts, guys. Okay, right? No need to worry about it. Yeah. So now I'm going to talk about MySQL database. As of now, we created some forms and we are unable to insert the data into database. Now it's a time to create forms, insert the data into database. How we can insert the data into database? First of all, you should know how can we connect to database. After that, how can we reuse that connection into your application development? So in the last sessions, I think if you can observe, we created a contact form. From this contact form, we are able to get some data and we are able to post the data to server, but we are not able to insert the data. Why? Because we don't know how can we do the things. Just this is the form we created. Once you submitted the data in the form, the data went to save.php. Here we just able to collect the data and we are printing. That's all. This is what we did it. Now after collecting data, I need to insert the data into database. On the day we don't know database connection, now we are going to see how can we create database connection, right? And how can we work with the things programmatically. See here, PHP and MySQL. This is concept actually we are having. MySQL library. Remember carefully. What is a PHP MySQL library? Remember, we know PHP is a programming language. It can communicate with almost all 17 plus databases, guys. 17 databases it will be communicated as of my knowledge as of today. 17 databases. For every database, if you want to work with Oracle or MySQL or PLS, whatever it may be, guys, PHP will provide you a library. Now we are going to use PHP MySQL library, which is created by the PHP programmer, PHP language. By using this library, we are able to communicate with MySQL. If you want to work with Oracle, then there is a PHP and Oracle library. We have to search for it. ORACL, PHP and Oracle library. You want to work with some DB2, Postgres, Mongo, and for everything, there are some libraries are going to be there, guys. Exactly, MongoDB, and every database there is a library. By default, we are going to work with PHP MySQL library. What is a library? Nothing but library is a collection of predefined methods. By using those methods, we can connect to database. By using those methods, we can execute the SQL queries for inserting, for selecting, for updating these things. We can do these things, guys. Exactly, right? Yeah. So this is what exactly we can do PHP and MySQL right library. So first of all, we have so many ways are there to connect to database. For example, you can use command prompt. This is the way of connecting to database. We can use one more concept called PHP MyAdmin. By using this also, we can access the database, or by writing a program. So write a program to connect to database, write a program to insert the data, write a program to delete the data. For everything, we can write a program, PHP program we can write to connect to database. Or else without knowing this knowledge, just by going to PHP MyAdmin, we can access the databases. By using command line also, we can access the databases. So if it is a command prompt, that is a different story. Actually, we no need to use command prompt in real time. Always we will go for PHP admin or program. So by using a program, by writing a program, how can we insert data? By writing a program, how can we collect the data? By writing a program, how to update, how to delete. So all the things programmatically we will see. So what is PHP MyAdmin? By using PHP MyAdmin also we can able to communicate with database. But here in PHP MyAdmin, we no need to write a single line of query. Already it's a graphical user interface. PHP MyAdmin is a GUI, graphical user interface. For everything there is a click and go. You want to create a database, there is a button. You want to insert data, there is a button. You want to delete data, there is a button. For everything it will be look like a user friendly environment, PHP MyAdmin. If it is a program, it's not a user friendly environment. Everything we need to write a logic, how to insert, how to delete, how to update. For everything we need to write a logic. So if it is a second case, PHP myadmin, so now don't worry about the command prompt. At the end of it I will show you how to connect to database by using command prompt, but it's just for our knowledge only. But in real time we are not going to use, very rarely, I too don't know, very rarely people will use command prompt, I believe. So I think you people may use PHP admin and third way programming also, guys, right? Let me do one thing. Now I need to start my database server, right? Let us start it. So now what you need to do, you have to start Apache and MySQL. As of now, we started and we worked with Apache only. Why? Because we executed PHP. So PHP, if you want to execute PHP, we need an environment called Apache server. Now I'm going to start MySQL service also, because if you want to work with MySQL service, yeah, this is also should be in running mode. You want to access MySQL through command prompt or PHP admin or programmatical way. First of all, you have to open XAMPP control panel and we need to start the server. We need to start the server, guys. Now you can check this. Now after running this, now I'm just opening my browser window. Now you just go with the localhost colon slash php myadmin, just localhost slash php myadmin. It's a graphical user interface. Can you see the environment of the user interface? Can you see, guys, the see, first of all, by opening this environment, try to observe what is right side, what is left side, what is in the middle, what are the menu items. It's your responsibility to elaborate this PHP admin. You have to explore this, right? Okay. Now I will tell you some of the concepts here in the PHP admin. Can you see my left side completely? I'm able to see the databases available in the MySQL database server. Almost all 28 or 30 databases are there. Now you can see in the menu there is a databases. Click on the databases. I clicked on it. Can you see these are the databases list? Now you can see almost all 32 databases are there. Yeah, these are the 32 databases are there. If you want to drop any of the database, for example, I have a database here. Now you can see this is the database I have. You want to delete this. Now you can see I'm going to make a drop button. By clicking the drop button, the database is going to be dropped. Just click on the drop button. Is it happening slow? Right, 1 minute. I clicked, it is slow down. So maybe, yeah. Now it is opening a pop-up window. Do you want to destroy the complete database? Yes, click on OK. The database was dropped. The database was completely dropped. So like this, if you don't want anything D6 updated, I don't want this lot of, there you can see, if you can click this on the table, you can see the tables available in the Drupal database. There are a lot of tables are there in the D6. I want to check all. You can see I'm checking all. I'm going to make something called drop. Now you can see all the tables will be dropped from the databases. D6 updated. Now you can see there is no tables in the database. This was empty. Almost all 62 tables are there. You deleted all the 62 tables, right? So you want to delete this database also. For example, if you want to delete the database, go home and you can click on databases. What is the database with D6 updated? Okay, you can go there. So if you can delete this also, D6 updated, just I'm clicking the delete button. Now you can see it is going to be drop the things from your database. So like this, you have to explore it, guys, here actually. So by default, remember carefully, when you are accessing this phpMyAdmin very first time, you can see some predefined tables, guys. You cannot delete them. Remember carefully, you cannot delete them. You cannot do any operation, because if you delete them, you cannot work with MySQL. See, the tables may be performance schema and MySQL, sorry, information schema, MySQL, performance schema, and phpMyAdmin. One is going to be test. So you may see 5 databases in this phpMyAdmin. Once you open, you cannot delete them. You are not a person to delete them. There is one MySQL table also will be there. So the remaining 20, 26, 24 tables, guys, total 30 tables are there. Na? 6 tables are predefined. You cannot touch them. So you have to leave them. Whatever the databases you want, you can create them. Whatever you want, you can leave them, no problem, right? For example, now I want to create one database for our class. Now you can, this is the home icon, left side. I clicked on home icon. You want to click database, you can see there is a option called new in the right side, left side, new button. If you can click new button, okay. Otherwise, you can see databases in the menu, first tab. You can click on the databases. You can see there is an option called create database. Now I'm going to make it as a 8 p.m. July is my database. 8 p.m. July is the DB. So don't take 2 3 names. Some people may take 2 3 names. So e-commerce store, e-com store, some people will try to take like this. You cannot take a database name like this. It should be one word proper name. I'm making properly 8 p.m. July July, right? Here we have an option called collation. What is this collation? UTF-8 MB4 general CI, something is there. What we need to select here? Now you can keep the mouse here. If you can keep mouse here, what is the tooltip you are getting? Unicode 4K insensitive, something you are getting. So there are a lot of options are there. Why should I select UTF-8 MB4 general CI only? What is the reason? Remember carefully. Can you see my databases are almost all, some of them are UTF-8 general CI, some of them are UTF-8 MB4. Remember, whenever you want to implement multilingual website, I mean, I want to convert the website into Hindi, I want to convert the website into Telugu, English, and whatever the languages you prefer. In this point of time, we have to display Hindi data on the web page. If I convert it into English, again you have to display the same article into English. In this point of time, this UTF-8 MB4 general CI will support you properly. So if there is no multilingual, I mean, if it is a general only plain English, then yeah, you can go with any char set here. This is called char set of your table, and what type of char set the table is and all you want to define. Just by default, you can go with the default. Now I'm just creating the table, guys. Yeah, table is created, but no tables found in the database. This is all about a graphical UI. So simply says, guys, you went to facebook.com. You want to send a friend request, or you want to send a request to me. Are you writing any code there? No, there is a button. You're clicking the button, send request went to me. You want to chat with your friend. So are you writing any code there? No, already they written, just we are using. phpMyAdmin is also the same, guys, here. Already they written and we just need to use. This is called a UI, graphical user interface, where user can interact with the application without writing a single line of code, right? Yeah, that is called GUI application. So now I created my database and all. You can check this, go to home. You can see there are, if you can click on the databases, can you see there is 8 p.m. July is just now created, and you can see almost all 31 databases are there. Just now we deleted 2, right? Yeah, this is there. But if you can click on this DB, do you see any tables? It is saying that no tables found in the database. Yeah. How to create a table? I want to create a table, guys. Here, can you please tell me how to create a table? Why? There is a simple button there. You can see create a table option is there, and what is the table name and the number of columns in the table you want to provide. For example, I want to save this inquiry table. I want my table name as contact. Okay, let me take as contact. Can you please tell me the number of columns? There is a contact table. I want to provide the number of columns. If you want to create a table, for the table you have to define the columns, right? For example, contact means name, email, mobile, message, something you have to define, right? Yeah. So by default they given 4 columns. Is 4 is okay? Or how can I decide the number of columns of a table, guys? Remember, the number of columns of a table will depends upon your requirement. I too don't know. For example, you are creating a contact form, guys. You are creating a contact form. In this contact form, you are going to take name. You're asking the user to enter name, and this is going to be you're asking enter email and mobile and message. These are the 4 fields you're asking. So total number of columns are, I mean, you created a form with the username text box, email text box, mobile text box, message area, text area, 4 fields. And one more thing is going to be extra you have to take always is going to be ID. So ID of the column, exactly. So you have to generate an ID for every record automatically by the database, guys. That's why. So if you have 4 columns in the form, you have to take 4 plus 1 5. For example, if your form contain 10 fields like username, email, mobile, city, country, state, pin code, like this 10 fields, if you have, always 10 plus 1. Why 1 is extra? For ID. Now you can see I'm going to make this table as 5. Now I'm going to click the go button. Now you can check this. Yeah, you now it's the time to enter the column names. So this is, you can see, please try to observe this carefully. Name of the column, what type of the column that is, and length, size of the column. Is there any default value for that column? Collation you have already, you're able to see. We don't want to set the collation. We already defined the collation for the database creation, so no need to worry about it. Attributes not required. Null. Index. What is this index, guys? Primary key, foreign key, unique key, something like this. There is a concept called auto increment. A underscore I stands for auto increment of the column. Do you want to set any comments for this column? I don't want to set any column. You want to move the column, right? This is enough, guys. You don't need to worry about the remaining fields, right? You can see I want to make auto increment selected. If you selected, can you see the index automatically updated as primary key? I mean, for every table, there is going to be one primary key. So I'm going to set this as an ID. What is the column of the ID? Must and should be integer. Length is not required. By default, it will take 11. Just you can leave it. Now, I'm second column, I'm talking about name. All fields are not required. Whenever they required, I will tell you. Right. So now the second one is going to be varchar. If you are taking varchar, nothing but name is a string, right? Varchar will allows numbers, strings, and combination. Everything it will be allowed. So the maximum 255, but I'm taking this as a 100, right? This is enough, guys. But remember, for integer column, we don't want any length. If you can take the column as varchar, it should must and shouldly contain length, right? Length is mandatory, guys, right? Name. Okay, next one is going to be email. Email is also varchar. If you take varchar, length is mandatory. Now I'm taking this as a mobile. Now you can check this. Mobile is varchar or integer. You can take anyone. Mobile is just for saving purpose, na? So you can take anyone. You can take varchar, or you have to take it as a big int. You cannot take this as a integer. Remember carefully, mobile number having more digit. If you can save it as an integer, it will be something went wrong. You cannot save mobile number as integer, or you have to take the mobile number as big int, or else you can take varchar. What is the problem if you can take varchar? So it's not a problem, right? I'm taking 10. 10, the length exactly 10 digits, and this is going to be message. See, by using mobile number, I'm not performing any kind of mathematical operations. Just mobile number is just for saving only. So in this point of time, why should I go for a integer thing, whatever it may be? Mobile number is just for saving purpose, right? You can take anything there. Message should be a text. Now you can see text and varchar. What is the difference? If you can see, varchar range is up to 250, but a text is unlimited. We don't want to set length for the text. If you want, you can set the length for the text also, but I don't want to set anything. It will be unlimited. Now I'm going to save the table, guys. That's all. After entering all the fields, now you can see I didn't enter default, I didn't enter collation, attributes are not required right now. Slowly we will come to these attributes also. Just I am saving the table. Yeah, table is created, right? A table is there. And what is this table you created? Contact table. And this is the structure of the table. What is the structure? Table structure, id. A lock symbol, can you see here? The lock symbol is nothing but the primary key, gold color lock. If you can see, that is going to be primary key. You can see some other key symbols also, they will be brown color, I mean gray color actually. Gray color symbols are going to be unique constraints, maybe unique key, something like this. Relationship, foreign key, it will be like this actually. If you can see gold key in any table, that is going to be a primary column, right? So this is the message of the type. Okay, you created a table. Unfortunately, all of a sudden, customer is asking you to add city also. Then what do? So we have to create a column city also, na? Or we will delete the table and we are going to recreate the table. Ah? No, you cannot delete the table, guys. Here, you have to alter the table. Now you can see this is the 8 p.m. July. There is a database. One database contain one table. This is the one table. It doesn't have any records here. Now you can see it doesn't have any records to you. If you want to change the table structure, you can see there is an option called structure. Click on the structure. You can see this is the thing. You want to add one column, right? Now you can see add one column, 10 columns, 13 columns. No, I want to add one column after message, after message, after mobile. Okay, after mobile. Okay, you can go with mobile. And what is the column you want to add? I want to add a column called city. This is altering the table structure. City type is must and shouldly varchar. Let me take the length as 50 and you can save the table. Now you can see one more column is added. So if you can see the structure of the table, now you can see city is added. We don't want to delete it. Remember carefully, some people without unknown knowledge, they will delete the table, they will recreate it. If you can delete the table, data will be lost from the table. You cannot get, you cannot lose the data, right? So the reason, so you have to alter the table, guys. Okay, now, so once table getting altered, okay, if you don't want, I selected the column city, you want to make the drop here, I'm clicking the drop button. Now you can see column will be dropped and you will have 5 columns from the table. Whatever you want, that is you can perform, guys, here, right? So exactly, right? So for message, length is not required, man. If you want, you can take the length also, no problem. Text will allow unlimited. Remember, integer also I did not take length earlier. It is taking by default 11, except varchar. Guys, only you can see where if you are defining a column type as varchar, you should mention the length, must and shouldly. For remaining all the fields, you no need to mention the length, right? Some string type of things you have to mention the length. So for text also, we don't text, if data type is text, we don't want to mention the length. I don't know, text means I don't know how many number of characters you are going to enter there. That's why I want to make it text. So I want to restrict only 100, I want to restrict only 150, then you can go with varchar, right? Okay, table is done. Now I want to insert some data into the table, guys. Yeah, do we have any chance here to insert the data? Can you see this is the browse? By clicking the browse button, it is showing that there is no records, empty result set. Actually, if you have records in the table, it will show you. Can you see the query executed behind the scenes is select star from table name? I don't have any data, that's why it is going to display the empty table to you. Structure is the tab to modify the table structure. SQL, if you want to execute any SQL queries on the following table, yeah, we can use SQL as a command prompt here. Searching for the data. Right now, I don't have any records. Sometimes you may have thousands of records, lakhs of records. From these lakhs of records, I want to search for one record. I want to search for one record. If you want to search for one record, this search tab we can use. Now you can see insert option. My God, yeah, this is insert option. So you want to insert the data? Yeah, let me insert dummy records. ID, you don't need to enter because ID is auto increment, right? System will take in care. Now I'm taking something called ROM. Let us take this some dummy information I'm filling here. Some mobile number. Just I'm going to take it as mobile number. So welcome to PHP. Yeah, we can insert 2 records at a time. ID I'm not entering. Why we are not entering ID? ID auto increment. System will take in care if you are not entering. Even though if you enter, system will take in care, guys, right? So let's go with some other information at the rate mail.com. Some information you are having. Welcome. Okay. Now you can see this is, I'm going to go button. If you can click the go button, 2 records will be inserted. Can you see 2 rows inserted? You want to see the data, click on the browse button. Now you can see there are 2 records are inserted, guys. ID with 1, ID, I didn't enter. ID 1 and 2 came automatically. Ram and Teja, and the email, mobile number, and message. You want to add two more records? Yeah, you can go and add two more records. Now I'm writing this as a live. Okay, whatever the name it may be, live at mail.com. Some dummy information we are taking all. Right. Now I'm going to take welcome live. Right. So one more record. Naresh, Naresh, Naresh at the rate mail.com, and some mobile number. So welcome to, yeah. Now you can check this. Now if you can just go there, I'm saving this, two more records are inserted. Now can you see, if you can browse the data, ID is incremented automatically and two more records are inserted. So you know one thing here, this live spell mistake, you can double click on it. Now you can see I want to edit inline also. This is inline edited, one row affected. Can you see the name is edited? This is the advantage of the PHP MyAdmin, guys. Exactly. We are updating only one column, automatically done. So, right. So next one is going to be here, export and import. What is exporting? You want to download this MySQL table. Now you can go to the bottom. There is a go button. What is the current table? Contact table will be downloaded to you. Can you see? Contact.sql is downloaded as an SQL file is downloaded. You want to download as a PDF, Excel, and something, you can use this PDF format or any other format you want. Yes, you can download these things. Exactly. You can go with the import. What is this import? You know, I have downloaded from export. I given the file to you. What you need to do, you have to import that file. Here you can come down, choose the file, choose the SQL file and import into your thing. By selecting the file, just you can go and click the go button. File will be imported automatically into the thing. Privileges. What is the meaning of privileges? The rights on the table. Who has all the rights on the table? Now you can see. I have an error. I don't know what is the problem. Okay, privileges. I'm not going there. Select proof, got error, read this page. Okay, no need to worry about it. I will show you in some other way. Right, next one is going to be operations. You want to edit the table name or you want to delete the table's information, all the information will be available in the operations tab. I want to move contact table from one database to another database. Moving in the sense deleting permanently from this database, you are moving to some other database. That is called moving. Table option, you want to rename. Sometimes what happen, the table may be spell mistakes, you want to rename the table. Yeah, this is the storage engine. And collation UTF-8 MB4 by default, you don't worry. Auto increment is 5. What is auto increment 5? The next record, right now we have 4 records, right? When you're inserting the next record, the auto increment value should be 5. So it is exactly the information you're able to see, guys. Okay, now right, row format and 8 p.m. July. So this is copy table too. What is the meaning of copy table? I want to copy contact table from 8 p.m. July to some other database. Now you can see there is a charter URLs. I want to copy this table to charter URLs. Now you can click the go button. The table will be copied here and copied there also. I have an error, read page wrong checksum from storage engine area. Maybe I don't know the reason. Maybe this storage engine, the storage engine may be different, I believe. I'm thinking. What is the storage engine? This is UTF-8 MB4 General CI. The same storage engine I have there also, but I think you can perform. I don't know why I'm getting error. I think I have two setups in this. Maybe that's the reason I'm thinking. Earlier I didn't get this type of error because I installed two times PHP MyAdmin here. I mean MySQL and XAMPP in D drive, in C drive. Maybe I'm thinking this is the problem, right? So you can try within your machine. I think you cannot get any problem there. Okay now, right? So this is the way of inserting data into table. This is the way of creating tables, the things and all, guys. Here 8 p.m. July, there is one database called contact. There is only 4 records in the table, following table. If you want to delete the record, you want to edit the record, delete the record, edit the record, whatever the operation you want to perform, yeah, you can perform the operation. Exactly, guys, right? So what you need to do today, try to explore the PHP admin, at least how to create a table, how to insert the table and all. Just if you can explore this PHP admin, this is enough, I believe. So next we need to see PHP MySQL library. Okay then? So this is a graphical user interface, way of connecting to database using GUI. Shall we connect the database by using command prompt? Yeah, let us see how can we connect to database by using command prompt. So Windows CMD, I open CMD. So many people won't like this environment maybe, right? Don't worry, it's not a matter at all. Very simple thing, habituate it, right? I will just show you what are all the operations you did in the PHP myadmin. It's a UI, right? Everything is a click and go. We are entering data, submitting the button. We don't want to worry about the queries writing and all the system will take care. Just we created a table, and we inserted the data, and we created a database, and everything we did it. If it is a command prompt, remember carefully, command prompt means everything. For every operation you want to perform on the database using command prompt, you need to pass some queries, SQL commands. For everything there is a command. You have to be very good in the command line knowledge, guys. Yeah, if you want to connect to mysql database using command prompt, you have to execute a file mysql.exe. This is the file you have to execute through command prompt. This file may be in the following location. I'm thinking c colon xampp slash mysql folder slash bin. In this folder we can find the following file. So now what you need to do, I am in the drive of C users ROM. Let me write cd dot dot cd dot dot, I mean parent directory. From here I want to change directory cd space XAMPP cd space mysql. Inside of it mysql folder is there. Cd space, there is a folder called bin. Yeah, here I have a file called mysql.exe. So with this file, you cannot, by hitting enter, you were not able to connect. Minus u stands for username root. Exactly, what is the default username of every database, guys? Remember carefully, not every database. In our mysql, for database there is a user. The default username of the database is root. By default, mysql root doesn't have any password. So if you have any password, you have to enter minus p, and you have to enter the password which you have. So the password you have to enter. Unfortunately or fortunately, I don't have any password for it. Just you have to run the following command: mysql.exe minus u root. You have to open the command prompt. Minus u stands for username space root. Now hit enter. Now if you can hit enter, I'm just, now you can see it is connected to MySQL, MariaDB, nothing but advanced version of MySQL is, guys, here. So you are able to connect it to MySQL. What is the file we are executing? MySQL.exe minus u root. With the username root, we connected to DB. Right now you can see Oracle, MariaDB Corporation, and AB and others. This is exactly, MySQL is owned by Oracle today, right? So our MySQL or something like this, guys, whatever it may be, right? So now you connected. Now I want to see all the databases, guys. Can you tell me please, how can we see all the databases here? So can we see the databases? If it is a PHP admin, just we went there and we seen the databases list, right? Yeah, very nice. We seen the databases list. So now I want to write a command here to see the list of available databases, guys. Here the command is going to be show databases is the command. For everything you need to write a command. There is no other way. Show databases, DATABASES, databases. Now you can semicolon, right? You can see I'm able to see 31 databases in the list. Command prompt will be like this. I think you can see the PHP myadmin. That's a user interface, right? That was, it was beauty. So here we cannot see any kind of designs and all, just we can see the information like this. What is the database you created? For example, I want to create a database called welcome. So there is a command create database welcome is the database name, semicolon. Now you can see database is created. Earlier is 31, right? Now you can see by writing show databases, hit enter. Now you can see 32. Last welcome is created. You want to drop the database welcome. Now you can see drop database welcome. For everything you have to write a command. Now you can write the show databases again. I can see 31 only. There is no welcome database in the list. I want to see the tables of your 8 p.m. July. Show tables from 8 p.m. July. 8 p.m. July. Just we created this, right? Now you can see there is one table called contact. From this contact table, you want to select the data. Now you can write the query. Select a star from table name. What is the table name? Contact. Hit enter. Now you can see no database. Oh my God. Can you see, guys? Yeah. It is telling me no database found. Then you can do like this. Same query, 8 p.m. July dot. We can write like this, guys, here. 8 p.m. JULY dot something like this. We can write database number, table name. Now you can see we are able to get the data. Otherwise, we can do one thing. We can use 8 p.m. July. Now you can see 8 p.m. JULY. Just by writing this command also, we can change that. Can you see here database is changed. Earlier, you can see MariaDB. Here we have something called none. But this time you can see MariaDB. In that place, you can see 8 p.m. July. Now, what are all the operations you are going to perform? They are all applicable on the 8 p.m. July only. Now you can write this query, select star from table name. I don't want to write 8 p.m. July dot contact. Now just you can execute. This will be works for you. You want to delete or you want to update or any operation you can perform, the thing will be performed in 8 p.m. July database only. Right? It's not you want to access some other database. Now you can see I'm going to change the database. Use 8 p.m. May. I'm going to make it as a 8 p.m. May. Hit enter. Database is changed. Now you can write show tables simply. I want to see the tables of this contact, employees, orders, and users. You want to write the query, select star from contact. Now you can see which table information you are going to see. This is exactly, there are 13 records are there in the 8 p.m. May contact table. Exactly, guys. This is how we can add the information. There is users information. See, it is a command prompt for everything. We need to write the query. There is no other way, right? We don't have any other way at all. For everything, you guys needs to write a query. That is command prompt. Programmatically also, for example, you want to get data from a table programmatically. So for this also, you need to write a query. Same query. For example, I want to write a query to get all the records. Just now we seen select star from table name. Programmatically, how can we execute this? I want see if you can write select star from table name, we are getting all the records from the table. Yes, we are getting all the records from a table. Yeah, this is all the records you are getting from a table, right? 13 records you are getting from the table. Programmatical. I want to display this. These are the information now you're displaying in a command prompt. A end user may not know about a command prompt. I want to create a HTML table. I want to create a table in HTML. Whatever the data we have in the contact table, I want to display into a HTML table, that is user interface. We have to create a HTML table with static. By writing PHP code, I want to make the table dynamic with the whatever the data you have in the database that we have to bring to the front end. So this is done by using PHP MySQL programming. Yeah, we have to write a program. So how can we connect to database programmatically? That's we need to check it, guys. Right. So now you can see. Just I want to tell you. Tomorrow we can continue this. Don't worry. For everything there is a method. So you want to connect to database. There is a method. You want to execute an SQL query. There is a method. To get the total number of records, there is a method. To get the column names, there is a method. To get or to add or anything, for everything there is a statement. There is a method. For example, you want to connect database, MySQL underscore connect is a method. How can we use this connect method? You want to execute any SQL query, select star from table name, MySQL underscore query is the thing. So by passing this thing, yeah. So first of all, whatever the operation you want to perform, first a connection is required. After connecting to database, then only we can perform any type of operation, right? How we can use this library and how can we get data from a table? How can we display the data into a HTML table that we can see tomorrow, guys? Right. What is you need to do today? You need to explore PHP at least little basic of PHP if you know. That's enough actually. You don't need to be professional in the PHP Just try to know how to add data, how to delete data, how to create tables. Just if you know, that's enough, guys. Okay, right. Yeah, please let me know, guys, if you have any doubts. Yeah, any other questions you have? But practice PHP. Interviewer ask about MySQL. Definitely, they will ask you in interview, right? Command prompt we will never use in real time. Don't worry. Very rare cases we may use command prompt, but some operations we can perform in PHP that is GUI, and some we can perform programmatically. Yeah. Any other questions you have? So without fail, please try to practice. Okay. So we are not going to use workbench here. Just the concepts library only I will use. Workbench, MySQL administrator, that is a different thing. Guys, anybody have Google Drive link? Please share it in the meeting. If you have library for Oracle, MySQL, etc., what is the use of learning MySQL server? That is your choice. I don't know what is the database you are going to use it, right? So I have in the market we have so many two wheelers are there. Why you are purchasing Bajaj Pulsar? Why you are purchasing KTM? Hmm? There is their advantages, right? In the same manner, you can use any of the database which they are flexible. That is not by you, and your organization will decide what database they have to use based on their advantages. It's not a matter whatever the database we are going to use. That's not a matter of their choice completely. Some people may believe Oracle is secure, then you have to use PHP with Oracle. Some people may believe MySQL is secure, MySQL is faster, then people will go for MySQL. That is of their choice. You don't need to worry about it. Mostly used database is MySQL because it's a open source now. It's a open source. We need to purchase any license. It's a free of cost. So most of the people will go with the same. Oracle is licensed. We have to purchase the license there. Java, including Java people also will use MySQL. Java people also will use MySQL. So many Java applications are using MySQL because PHP and MySQL they become best combination because both are open source, right? MongoDB also people will use for best. They will use. See, I'm saying you, it is your choice what database you want to use for your application. I seen lot of Node applications, lot of Node.js. applications are using MongoDB. Some of the mobile applications are also using MongoDB. That is your choice completely. How can we store and access databases in the server? Already we are in the server. Programmatically, we are going to save the data. Programmatically, we are going to access the data from database. Right, already we are, this is the database server. On database server contain many databases. Here you can see the MySQL server contain lot of databases, almost all 31 databases are there in this server. So that is nothing but we have to access them, we have to delete or anything, whatever the operation you want, yes, you can make it. So one more question, why we are using localhost? So is there anything to use? I'm using localhost, but is there anything? So local host is nothing but your local server name, including Java, .NET, PHP, Python, SQL, MySQL, Oracle. Everybody should use localhost, including React applications also, including React application, Node application, Angular applications. Everything will become under localhost, local server with a different port number, because that application was inside our local machine, maybe localhost, I don't know. You can use the port number also. What is the port number of localhost? 127.0.0.1. You can use this, or you can use this localhost also. We can use, you can use anyone. If it is a React application, it will provide you 198.196. Some number is there, I don't know exactly, some number will be there. Like this also they will run the application if it is a React application. In live server, I will show you how can we create database in the live server. You don't need to create database in live server, already you are creating in the local machine, right? So whatever the things you are doing in the local machine, that we can import into live server. Simply we can go to live server, there we can upload, export, import na. In the local machine you are having database, right? That you will export it, I mean you are downloading it. Whatever the file you downloaded, we can go to live database, there we can upload it. I will show you, not right now, at the end of it, or some other sessions completed, I will show you how can we set up the local application live. But if you anybody having, there is a concept called hosting. So we have to purchase the hosting, that is nothing but live space for running your web application. So based on that we can do the things. Okay, yeah, any other questions you have? Why we are not using Visual Studio Code? You can use anyone, right? See, if it is a, this editor, I prefer strongly for the learners. Why? Because everything will be color combination, so we can understand easily what is predefined, what is not predefined. If you are using Visual Studio Code or any other editor, you may not understand what is predefined, what is not predefined. So you can see everything is highlighting in blue color here. The blue color things are predefined. I can say something like this. In PHP also, you can see the color combination is very nice. Printer is highlighting in blue color. Variable declaration highlighting in some different color. The text representation is highlighting in different color. That's the reason I'm using. If you want, you can go with the Visual Studio Code editor also, no problem. So you can use anyone. It's not a matter. You can use Dreamweaver also, very nice. We can use, I will use NetBeans also for running some of my applications. I will use NetBeans for working on Drupal and coordinator frameworks. I will use this NetBeans editor. Seriously, you can use NetBeans editor also. This color combination is a little bit different. You can use anyone, guys. That is of completely your choice. Which one you want to use? What is predefined? For better understanding, I went for there. This is CI. and some of the applications are the inside of it which are related to Drupal also. Can you see Drupal is not there, I believe. I think Drupal projects are not set up inside of it. Especially for working on Drupal projects, I will use this also. This NetBeans IDE I can use. NetBeans for PHP. There is a concept called NetBeans for PHP. Yeah. How to work with front end? You have to learn about it. So little bit I can show you, not 100% definitely, right? At least some designing I will show you. At least how to work with Bootstrap, simple thing, right? Yeah, yeah, sure. We can provide some links regarding Laravel also. Wait for some time. Okay, guys, then what is the editor using now? Notepad plus plus, right? This is an editor with the name called Notepad plus plus I'm using. You can go with anyone. Atom is also an editor, guys. You can use the Atom editor also. I think it need license. Atom is also an editor. Atom earlier I used this for to work on Angular JS actually. For scripting technologies, I used this Atom. PHP Storm, there is also one more editor. So I used this to work with CodeIgniter is also the Atom library. So this is a Google API client project is there. Don't worry, open project. You can open any of the projects here. Open project. Click on the project from your computer and we can run it. I have some libraries. Okay, don't worry. You can use this editor also. But I used this earlier to work with Angular JS. Right now you can use Visual Studio Code. It is compatible with for every programming language. Visual Studio Code is best for scripting languages, for server-side programming languages. You can use that. But I will use this Visual Studio Code editor regularly for my React.js application development, especially React.js applications when we are working on it. Definitely, my current project is also on React, so definitely I will go for React.js applications here. Exactly. I didn't understand Janmejaya. Coder biter, why officially enter your user? What is that? This is a React application. Right now I'm using it's a video conferencing application. So it should be ask the meeting ID like Zoom meeting guys. How we can enter the Zoom meeting ID? The same concept we are implementing in React. Video conferencing project you are seeing, right? No, nothing but Zoom video conferencing. How attendees remove attendee, mute attendees, mute all, unmute all, right? Attendees list, speaking everybody together, mute all. A lot of things will be involved, right? Sharing video, audio, and all everything, right? Yeah, like Google Meet, whatever it may be. Yes, the same concept we are using in React.js. We are developing in React.js. Okay, then. So have a nice day. We can see tomorrow. What do you say? Still you have any doubts? Let me know quickly then. Okay, then fine. So we can see tomorrow. Thank you all then. If batch finished, if you have any problem, I will share my information. I will give my mobile number. I will give the information to you, my email ID. So you can contact me directly, no problem. Okay. No need to worry about it.